welcome to trading session number 30. Number 30, we have made it to 30 trading sessions, and we're looking at the market right now. We are looking at some brand new inflation data that came out today and how the market is reacting to that data. So we are looking at the S&P 500 6-month chart here, and inflation came in higher than expected, guys. The CPI report came in higher than we had anticipated. So we're seeing, a sell-off in the market because of that news. We are seeing the trading price of the S&P 500 trading towards meeting that 50-day moving average. We made a little bounce on the beginning of the year as the S&P 500 did sell off the beginning of the year, the first week of the year, and then we did bounce based off investor confidence, and then today we are seeing a sell-off in the market due to the inflation CPI data that came out. We'll dive in that in a second, but let's dive into the 1 minute and check out what we see, and let's also dive into the 5-day. So let's go into the 1-day chart. So you can see here, based off that data that came out, we see the 200-day moving average really coming down here at the beginning, the first half of the trading session, and we see the 50-day, casually going below, trading below that 200-day moving average. We do see a reversal right here. We do see a bounce, and we do see that 50-day coming back up. So we'll see how it reacts. It is a lot of data to, consume, and a lot of, investors might not be as confident as they were this past week. So we will see what happens. We see a little bounce here. We see a low at $472, and then it bounced up, and now it's trading around 474, guys. So that is the 1-day, 1 minute. Let's go to the 5-day. And we saw a little run up this week, and right when that news came out, the CPI report news, we saw it come down here and then bounce here. So we'll see what it does in the next week here. We do have one more trading session to close the week, and we'll see what happens on Monday when the market opens back up for next week. So let's dive into the news that we are talking about, the CPI report. Let's go back to the 6-month chart. Let's bring that over. So Dow slides more than 150 points after hotter than expected inflation report. So that is CNBC live updates. We have stocks moving lower today, Thursday, January 11th. Showing off fresh round of inflation data that reflected uptick in consumer prices for December. So we have, the S&P 500 lower, we have the NASDAQ lower, and we have the Dow Jones lower today. So there it is, guys. The Consumer Price Index report came out slightly higher than expected, reflecting a 0.3% increase in consumer pricing for the month, pushing the annual rate to 3.4%. I believe the Fed really wants to see that inflation down to 2%. They really want to see it down to 2% to really, start cutting rates and stuff like that. So this news that we're seeing is not motivating for the Fed to cut rates as early as March. We could be seeing it farther out to allow this inflation to come down more and to hit that target of 2% that they really want to see. So right here, the core CPI, excluding volatile food and energy prices, came out in line with expectations. The data released on Thursday suggests that future interest rate cuts may be slower to come, as we just mentioned. So that is the CPI report. Really, not where we wanted to go. We wanted that to come back down more, and we would have saw a complete different trading session today in the markets. We would see, stocks going up rather than stocks coming down. We see a lot more investor confidence that Fed will be, looking to cut rates as soon as March, but that's not happening. That's our guess, but we'll see what the Fed says. But I don't think Jerome Powell really wants, to cut rates after that news, after inflation is going up, guys. So we really want to bring that inflation down and consistently down. We want to be consistent at bringing that down and to the 2% goal. So, we have yields rising based off the CPI data. The 10-year is back up, trading above 4.0%. We did reach, below that point, when we were the first half of the year, we did see that below in the 3% range. We have banks in the news just because they are going to be announcing earnings tomorrow. We have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and JP Morgan reporting earnings tomorrow, Friday, January 12th. We also have Bitcoin in the news. So we have, the ETFs, the SEC approving that they could be traded on, in the stock market, and, ETFs can be traded, and they started trading today. And in fact, we are actually the Mogul Fellows brand. We are going to be starting a crypto department, and we're going to be, diving into that since the SEC approved it. It's kind of the regulations we want to see before we dove into crypto. And right now we are opening up that crypto department, and we will be sharing that as well on these trading sessions on occasion. So that is, the crypto department. That is the Bitcoin news. And we saw it really spike from the 45 range all the way up to the 49,000 range. So that is pretty exciting news for Bitcoin. There are target prices out there of, $100,000. People saying it's going to get to 250. There's even someone in the news that are saying it's going to get to 1 million per coin by 2025. We'll see what happens, but people are seeing it as the new gold, and we want to put, we're not going to get heavy into it, but we're going to put a part of our portfolio into Bitcoin, as it is now trading on in the stock market. So that is pretty much the news for today. We have really the CPI report, kind of unmotivating news for the Fed to really cut rates as soon as March. We have, banks about to announce earnings. We have the 10-year yield rising above 4%, and then we have Bitcoin ETFs. So that is the news. Well, I'll leave this in the description below if you want to continue read it. Live updates from CNBC. Now let's dive into the portfolio. Our Palantir position expires tomorrow, January 12th. We see this Palantir price at $16.54. Not really where we want it to be, but our shares are not going to get assigned. We had that $18 strike price. We don't see Palantir making it to that strike price by the end of the trading session tomorrow. So I don't think our shares will be getting assigned. We're going to have to turn around Monday and do another cover call. We might have to do an expiration a couple weeks out instead of our desired weekly expiration. We might have to do a couple weeks out, as we did previously with this one, just to collect more premium, and then wait until that price really comes above the 1770 average price range. We have to do 18 and above. We don't want to do a 1750 strike price, because then if it does get assigned, we will be losing money. So that is the update on the Palantir position, on the Palantir cover call position. And we want to get that price back up to in between 1750 and the 18 range. So that is the update on Palantir. Let's dive into now the $10 buy of the day. We have a lot of deals going on in the market right now just because of the CPI data that came out. And investors are, selling off now because of that news. They lost confidence, and we see the Federal Reserve. We're going to see the Federal Reserve, delay that interest rate cut. That's our guess, but we'll see what happens. So we see Tesla being down on the day, almost at 3%. We see it at a 25 RSI. We really want to continue buying in on Tesla, so we might do that. Calibre at 32. Palantir 48. Scanning these stocks, guys. The RSI indicator. We really want to see it in oversold values. So Tesla looks like the play, guys, that we're going to do today. Yeah, I think we're going to do Tesla, guys. I don't see any other deals really that present a better deal than Tesla right now. It's trading at a 25 RSI. It is, trading below that 200-day moving average with the 50-day about to cross it. So, we're going to, lock in a buy of Tesla right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Stop loss, take profit off. We're going to do a $10 fractional share here. We're going to do $10 0.04402 quantity. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, we got that at 227.30. So that is what we got Tesla at. And we already trimmed Google yesterday, so we are not going to be trimming for the rest of the week here. So that is trading session number 30. I want to thank you for those that are consistently watching the channel here. We got a lot of trading sessions ahead, guys. We want to do a lot more here, and we want to use this platform to be able to bring more people to the Mogul Fellows Club on Discord. If you guys are not a part of the community yet, go ahead and go to our website, mogulfellows.com, go to the membership tab, and right now it is free to join, so get in there while it is free before we start charging for it. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit the outro.